Was this recent?
If we look a little bit closer, we can see millions of pieces of debris orbiting around the tornado. Thankfully, Matt was able to escape from the path of the tornado, but that was not the case for everyone in town.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
This is the full story of the Washington tornado. 6 months earlier, in May of 2013, two of the most infamous...
The fuck is that narrator voice trying to sound like Creeps or something? Bro, it's like you have to do that when you're narrating something. You got to get really close to the mic and like deepen your voice and talk like this.
Today, we're gonna talk about the most dangerous tornado to ever exist.
You know, like that's just how it works, man. That's how it works.
Tornadoes would touch down in the Oklahoma City area, the Moore EF5 and the 2.6 mile wide El Reno Beast. While both of these tornadoes were extremely unique, they did both occur in May, by far the most active month for severe weather in the United States. And as the year drew on, summer came and went, leading to fall, a season that's not typically associated with
fall? Oh shit.
Tornadoes, especially in the Midwest. However, in mid-November, the forecasters at the Storm Prediction Center were monitoring a very powerful jet streak overlapping an area with extremely warm and moist air in Illinois and Indiana. Despite it being mid-November, all the ingredients for a severe weather setup were taking shape, and as a result, the Storm Prediction Center would issue a rare high risk for a 30% chance of tornadoes centered on Illinois and Indiana. And on the morning of Sunday, November 17th, while most were going about their day, whether it was at church or shopping at a mall, storms would initiate across central Illinois. The high risk was underway. Meteorologists monitoring the situation would take note of a dominant supercell near the city of Peoria, Illinois, and would issue the very first tornado warning of the day. And at 10:52 in the morning, a tornado would touch down right on the Illinois River. The tornado would continue northeast at 52.
Yeah, there was a period last spring where we kept getting them like every other. Yeah, I remember that. There was like a ridiculous amount of tornadoes that just happened over and over and over and over again.
Miles an hour, initially traveling over open fields. However, it was rapidly closing in on the town of Pekin, Illinois.
Pekin, if you are in the path of this cell, now is the time to take shelter. Get to your basement. Get to.
Do you want to know the dumb part about Midwesterners? No one ever listens to these warnings, man. No one ever fucking listens to, hey guys, there was a tornado that literally will kill you. Go into the basement. Honey, get the fucking camera and get me a fucking beer. I'm sitting out on the front porch without a shirt and we're gonna fucking watch this shit till I die. I don't give a fuck. You know, and then you got like the classic Midwestern dad with his shirt off sitting out in the front yard, like sitting in his lawn chairs, like, yeah, oh yeah, it's right fucking there. Yeah, I know it's gonna head that way. Yeah, looks like the definitely gonna miss us. Oh yeah, we're fine, honey. Don't put our son in the basement. He is not a pussy. He's gonna get out here with me with a beer in his hand. I know he's 5 years old, but he's getting out here with a beer in his hand. He's gonna fucking watch this shit. No, he's fine. I don't give a shit. That's literally it, dude.
To the centermost portion of your home and take cover. I am hearing things right now, Chuck. Yes. I think we may need to take shelter right now ourselves.
We do.
We need to go off the air. Yeah. We will be back when we can.
Right.
The tornado would once again cross the Illinois River and was about to bear down on the town of Pekin, Illinois. The moment the tornado
hiding from a tornado is comedy talk. It really is, though.
Moved into town was captured on video, and while it only appeared as a dusty circulation, it would produce EF2 level damage, affecting over 179 homes, 6 businesses, as well as injuring 10 residents, which could have been much worse if it weren't for the tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service prior to the tornado entering town. 4.5 miles after touching down, the Pekin tornado would lift right on the doorstep of the Henderson Funeral Home, and while this circulation had died, the day was far from over. Like a giant monster, the storm was taking a deep breath, forming a new hook on radar. And sure enough, at 10:59, a second tornado would touch down. Immediately after forming, this tornado was already stronger than the Pekin EF2. As the tornado moved northeast, it would come within a few hundred yards of the WEEK studio where the anchors took shelter just a few minutes prior.
Now ourselves.
We do.
Video taken around this time would show how the tornado was an extremely compact circulation. The tornado would then pass through the parking lot of the newly built Summit Point Church. And at 11 o'clock, the National Weather Service would broadcast an extremely ominous message.
A confirmed tornado was located near East Peoria at 10:58 a.m. Washington will be affected.
That is like where your stomach drops, is where you hear that sound.
Around 11:05 a.m.
The message was clear, and the people downstream should have immediately taken cover. Steve Neubauer, aware of the oncoming threat, was frantic.
Dude, do you really think a motherfucker who looks like that is gonna shelter himself? Hell no. This guy is going to jump into the tornado with a beer in his hand. He doesn't give a shit. Look at him. Look at this guy. Ain't no way he's gonna hide from that tornado. That's commie shit.
Frantically looking for his pet cats. Tragically, he did not make it downstairs in time and would be the first victim of the tornado.
What did I say?
Imagery shows
what did I say? Didn't take shelter.
How the tornado shredded these two homes into tiny little pieces. The tornado would continue its march northeast at over 55 miles per hour. It was right around this time Gary Dieters and his son would record the tornado.
He was worrying about his cats. I mean, chat, like I'm just saying, bro had ample time to get to the basement. All right. I think the looking for his cats thing was just that he probably just didn't go downstairs. I'll be honest. He probably just didn't go downstairs.
Tornado from the northwest.
Did he though? Yeah, dude. There's a tornado warning. Like if he started going the moment the tornado warning went off, yeah. Cats are more important. I mean, true.
At the beginning of Gary's video, the tornado had the same appearance as it did earlier in its life, a large funnel with the circulation underneath. You can also clearly hear the jet-like roar from the tornado, a sound that's only associated with strong tornadoes.
Yeah, fuck that,
As it continued to record, Gary would make the correct decision to take cover in a bank, and it was right around this time when they would capture one of the most pivotal moments in the entire life of the tornado.
Wait, I think I've seen this video before.
To the southeast of the tornado, a secondary vortex would merge with the main tornadic circulation. This process would rapidly intensify the tornado, making an already bad situation even worse. From this moment on, the tornado would produce an unbroken swath of high-end EF4 level damage. Sadly, Army veteran Charles Kuntz was caught right in the crosshairs. He would initially survive, but in critical condition. 6 weeks later, Charles would pass. The tornado was now entering the town of Washington, Illinois, and it was only getting stronger. Washington resident Greg Berkland would have by far the best view of the tornado.
Oh my, look how fucking huge that is, bro.
As it went into town.
You guys can't, wait, let me move my head. You guys can't see this. Look how fucking thick that thing is. Oh my God.
You can see in his video all the dead leaves flying through the air, something that almost never happens in tornado videos. Because tornadoes don't typically occur at this time of year, especially in Illinois.
That's fucking
It's also,
huge.
in my opinion, one of the most incredible tornado videos. You can really see the raw power of the tornado as it moves across the horizon. And while I appreciate this video, Greg really should have taken cover.
Dude, like I said, Midwesterner, man, he won't. Like, they just don't. They don't take cover, bro. They'd rather stand outside and record. And I'm not gonna lie, I do the same fucking thing, bro. I do the same thing. I'd be standing outside recording that shit because the cameraman never dies. Remember that.
Although I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have been outside doing the same thing.
I love how he's yelling, "Get downstairs," while he's still recording, though. Pig is so scrawny, he gets sucked right into that tornado. What does my body type have anything to do with fucking 300-mile-an-hour winds? I don't think it fucking matters. Shut up.
The tornado then crossed Washington Road and was now moving into the much more densely populated part of town.
Poor aerodynamics.
It was also around this time, Chris Lancaster would begin recording the tornado from his back patio. Notice how in Chris's video, the tornado wasn't moving side to side. Rather, it was getting larger and larger. And while Chris was in danger, other residents were already feeling the impact of the tornado. 82-year-old Rosamond Allison was taking cover as her home took a direct hit. Tragically, the injuries she would sustain would be too much. She would pass 9 days later. The tornado would continue marching its way through town at an incredible pace of over 55 miles per hour, demolishing every single home in its path. And it was only getting stronger and stronger, eventually impacting Mackenzie Street, where it would fully sweep 3 homes off of their foundations, leaving only the hardwood floors and stairwell to the basements. Right as the tornado was doing some of its worst damage, Mark Wells would begin recording out his back door.
Dude, if we didn't have Midwesterners, we would not have this amazing footage. I just gotta say. Like, thank God for these people.
Holy moly. All right. Holy shit.
Dude, you know he's gotta have a fucking beer in his head. Holy moly. Golly gee, look at that there fucking tornado. Look at that thing. Shoo.
All right, I gotta go. I'm coming, honey.
Mark would make the correct choice and take cover in his basement with his daughter, Josie.
What the fuck is that noise? Sounds like a chainsaw.
Despite the horrifying sounds of the tornado, Mark and his daughter would survive. However, their home was gone. The neighbors' homes to the north were even worse, as they were completely swept off of their foundations.
Jesus.
Now, going back to Chris Lancaster, who is still recording the tornado from his back patio. And as the tornado got closer and closer, the winds would get progressively
Dude, like whenever trees are falling down, that's the time to leave, my guy. Dude, there's trees getting ripped up out of their fucking roots. And he's like, yep, I gotta get this footage, man.
Stronger and stronger until it became too much and the home would catastrophically fail, sending Chris.
Dude, leave! What is he doing? Leave! Oh my God!
Flying. Chris was just barely south of the main core of the tornado.
Dude, did he let the tornado hold his beer? Like, what the fuck, dude?
And miraculously, he would escape with only a few cuts on his face. The tornado was now leaving.
Cameraman never dies, chat. Cameraman never fucking dies.
Washington, and it was at this moment Matt Wells began recording his encounter from the north, directly in the path. But he was making the wise choice to drive west, away from the tornado. Millions of pieces of debris swirled around the tornado, almost resembling confetti. However, this confetti was fragments of homes from the town of Washington.
God damn.
This video is, in my opinion, one of the most incredible tornado videos ever captured.
Look at how much shit is flying around. And it shows just how strong
the Washington tornado became. Now, compare this to what it looked like right before it hit town. The difference is ridiculous. As the tornado left Washington, it was doing another incredible thing that can only be seen from satellite imagery. It would leave behind cycloidal markings. These markings are caused by the subvortices within the tornado, which are areas of concentrated power that are both rotating and translating, resulting in this distinctive pattern in the ground, what I consider to be a tornado's fingerprint. After over 12 miles, the tornado was still going strong. Meanwhile, back in town, the people of Washington emerged from the debris.
I got her. Grab her.
Dear Lord.
Due to favorable atmospheric conditions, the tornado persisted well past the town of Washington and was now closing in on the town of Roanoke, Illinois. The tornado would pass only a few hundred yards from the Parsons manufacturing plant, the same facility that took a direct hit from a violent F4 tornado back in 2004. The tornado continued northeast at over 50 miles
This is a shitty place to live, man. What, dude, why in this specific town area do they get so many tornadoes?
Hour, mostly over open fields. However, it was now setting its sights on another town, Minoke, Illinois, where Carla Konsecki was recording the tornado as she was driving south on Interstate 39.
You're in St. Louis, just a little nervous for tomorrow night? Why? Is there like a storm coming? Wait, actually, because now you're stressing me out. There's nothing going on. Don't scare me like that. Is there really a big storm? I don't see it on the fucking... I live in St. Louis, or next to St. Louis. There's a wind advisory. Whatever, I'll look at it later. Well, chat, if I don't stream tomorrow, you know where I am.
Little did she know, she was directly in the path of the violent tornado. Carla would barely escape the tornado's wrath as the core of the tornado passed only a few hundred yards to the north.
We're getting hit with some hail, some debris.
At this point, the tornado had been on the ground for over 35 miles, but it was still going strong.
Jesus.
After barely missing the town of Minoke, Illinois, almost killing Carla Konsecki, it would nearly hit Dana, Illinois, continue northeast, and at 11:47, the tornado would lift near the town of Long Point, Illinois.
God.
The Washington tornado had left a path of destruction of over 45 miles, destroying over 1,000 homes, which equated to about $950 million in damage, putting it in the top 10 costliest tornadoes at the time. And even though the Washington tornado had lifted, the supercell was still going strong and would put down 2 other EF2 tornadoes. I also want to mention the deadly tornado that happened down south in New Minden, Illinois, killing 3, and an EF3 tornado that would affect Brookport, Kentucky, killing another 3 people. In total, over 77 tornadoes would touch down on November 17th, 2013, a time of year that really shouldn't see any tornadoes. But that's not the end of the story. How are the people of Washington going to recover from a tornado that destroyed
everyone keeps talking about storms happening in St. Louis and near me. Now you're stressing me out. Now I gotta look this shit up after.
1,000 homes in town? Almost immediately, the locals would get to work cleaning up the debris, donating supplies, and housing the unfortunate ones who now no longer had a home. And while the people were putting their blood, sweat, and tears into fixing their hometown, the mayor would ask for help from the federal government, applying for a $26 million grant from FEMA. Unfortunately, FEMA would deny the request, citing a rule: the threshold required for FEMA to approve the aid is equal to $1.35 times the state population. And given that the Illinois state population at the time was around 13 million for some...
So you're not gonna help because not enough people died and not enough houses got destroyed? What is that? What is that logic? Oh, what's that? Only 1,100 houses got destroyed? Call me when like 2,000 are destroyed and then we could work it out, all right? What? What do you mean?
For some reason, FEMA did not grant Washington any federal aid, which is disgusting. The Washington tornado was one of the most...
Our country is so cooked, man. Like, oh my God.
I
know this is 2013, and now it's even worse.
Tornadoes ever. Yet for some reason, FEMA did not consider that disaster enough. That makes 0 sense, and it really sets a horrible...
Pig, I have to say this, but this Saturday could be a history for some tornadoes. Search up NOAA's Storm Prediction Center convective outlooks. Bro, stop stressing me out, all right? Why is everyone trying to stress me out? Oh my God.
Horrible precedent, and basically says any tornado that occurs in a highly populated state like Illinois is not going to get any help from the federal government.
We really feel that the federal law that the FEMA follows needs fundamental reform and improvement. It really is unfair to large states like Illinois and other large states as well that have big cities in them, but also many rural areas. And the formula that FEMA has followed with respect to aid to municipalities and counties just isn't fair.
And while the situation surrounding the FEMA funding is extremely disheartening, I do want to talk about some of the positive takeaways. One of the most remarkable things about the Washington tornado is that it only killed 3 people. And while yes, 3 people is 3 too many, given the situation of a violent tornado going directly through a densely populated area, 3 dead is very low. So why did only 3 die? In my opinion, the main reason for the low death count was the remarkable job done by the meteorologists at the National Weather Service. While the Washington
people actually listened to the warnings, sure, they watched the tornado. I mean, there is one guy who literally got flown up in the air because he watched the tornado until it hit his house. But, you know, honestly, I bet most people probably watched the tornado until they started seeing it get close, and then they went to the basement.
Tornado was a freak tornado. The meteorologists saw it coming. They warned it and got the message out well ahead of time, informing everyone in its path to get to cover, saving countless.
Dude, watching tornado videos when I was a kid was like the reason that I wanted to be a meteorologist when I grew up. When I was like, you know, like a little kid watching the Weather Channel all the time for fun.
Lives. Now compare that to the Plainfield F5, another violent tornado that occurred in Illinois, but had no tornado warning. The confusion surrounding the Plainfield tornado was a huge issue and is the main reason why 20 people died, because none of those 20 knew what was coming their way.
Shit.
Another reason for the low death count was the quality of construction in Washington. Most of the homes had basements, meaning almost everybody had a safe place to go. Now compare that to Moore, Oklahoma, where almost none of the homes have basements. And sadly, the EF5 tornado.
That's great. In Oklahoma? Like, I feel like in especially Midwestern areas and like Tornado Alley, like I feel like a basement should be like a necessity. I mean, they could be old buildings, but like shit.
That went through Moore, Oklahoma earlier the same year would kill a far greater number at 24.
God damn.
In the years following, Washington would fully recover. It's now nearly impossible to see where the tornado went through town.
Dude, tornadoes are fucking scary, dude. Now you guys are stressing me out about Saturday.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.